What's good, my peoples? Your boy, Big Chris, 145, aka that Compton animator. You know the city. You better respect, motherfuckers. And I'm here to give you good peoples another WWE Raw review for October 28th, 2013. I mean, I was about to say we went back in time for a second. So, going off, this was the Raw going off of the pay-per-view Hell in a Cell from last night. If you saw my last review of the because I reviewed Hell in a Cell last night, pretty good pay-per-view. You know, I would probably give it a B, like I said. A lot of things happening. A very kind of so-so ending, and you know, I was just, you know, really kind of scared to see what they were going to do tonight. Not scared, but, you know, like, kind of like, I really don't care about what they're going to do tonight, especially with the main event stuff. So, you know, I was kind of anxious to see, like, how are they going to get themselves out of this hole. So, you know, we start the show opening up with, you know, doing the video packages from last night, showing what happened and stuff, and how Shawn Michaels basically, you know, kind of dicked over Daniel Bryan for the belt and giving Randy Orton the belt. Then they started showing stuff from John Cena's win in the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. And the first thing we get is John Cena coming out and cutting a promo talking about, you know, he's here and he's going to be here. He's going to be on Raw and on SmackDown, and that, you know, he's going to do everything. He's here for the fans and all that type of shit. It actually sounded like he was cutting an old school Thugonomics promo just without the rap. He was doing a little bit of rhyming in there, but, you know, it felt a little bit old school Thugonomics there. Damien Sandow came out and he was talking about, you know, how he's going to be he's the uncrowned champion and how he's going to be champion soon and stuff like that. And, you know, he was saying something. He said something about his arm and stuff. I'm looking at my notes seeing if he did say that. But yeah, I think he said something about his arm and stuff like that. And then he says, you know, he can cash his title in at any time, and it's just going to take a matter of time. He goes to say, you know, I can even cash it in right now. Puts his title outside the ring, and then just go, nah, you know, bring it back in. He walks past Cena and looks at him, and I think Cena goes for the attack first. And then Damien Sandow just starts wailing on his arm with the his little Money in the Bank briefcase. And he was like getting him a good, you know, hitting him with the chair out on his arm outside the ring, throw him into the steps and then through the guardrail and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a pretty good opening for right there. And then he decides to cash in, and you know, they go to commercial break off of that. And I'm not even gonna lie, I was what they call marking. I was hyped for this. You know, just seeing Sandow, you know, just go hard like that, and getting ready to see, you know, oh shit, he may cash in. And I was like, you know, is he gonna do it? Is this really gonna happen? They rung the bell and everything, and we get off to the fight with John Cena versus Damien Sandow for the World Heavyweight title. And I really have to say, I'm gonna say you that I was pissed off at the end of the match, but the whole match I was on the edge of my seat, you know, because I really wanted Sandow to win this title right here. I was on the edge of my seat for this whole match, and even, you know, with the hype in there, it was still a pretty good match. I mean, a really good match. No real botches, you know, a couple of little missteps here and there, but they played a real good story here, and they did a lot of great stuff here. The part that I was pissed about is that Sandow loses. So his Money in the Bank is a failure cash in, and he doesn't win a championship, which was kind of, you know, it really, you know, because he's the heel in this factor, but for us, you know, some of us fans, Cena's the heel here. You know, it may not be what the, you know, they're talking about, may be different, but, you know, I don't like Cena. And Sandow's, I love everything about him. It's just that, you know, he plays a heel role, so I guess that's just him. I mean, that's just his character. So, you know, it attracts me more than Cena. So that's the reason why I was rooting for Sandow. And, you know, we need newer characters in that main event scene, especially for the world title, you know. So after sitting on it through the night, I still don't say it's a good idea, but a really good match that they had 3 commercial breaks on. So Sandow really got put over here as far as, showing how much of a contender he is. But, 3 good matches. I mean, 3 good, a whole match with 3, breaks in between for a long ass match. And, Cena got the win. So I'm interested to see if this is going to mean Cena is going to probably be a fighting champion, hopefully, and that he brings that belt prestige up more. And that's the only thing I'm hoping with this, because he can do it since he's the, poster child of the WWE. So hopefully this means that he brings the belt up more so he can't put on a guy like Sandow or Ziggler. So, I was pissed off at that, but I got over it. Grown ass motherfucking man. I ain't gonna. I mean, it's good story in a way, but whatever. And also we saw somebody cash in earlier this year, so we would have been just getting the same thing. So once you think about it, it kind of goes there. So that was 6 minutes of the match, but it was a really good match. Next we got Big E. I mean, the Shield was talking backstage. And it was Dean Ambrose doing most of the talking, and it was his other Shield mates back there. He was saying how he's the only champion left on the Shield, and he mistakenly under whatever you call it, Big E. He was like, how you say it? He said it was a privilege for Big E to fight Ambrose in that he was the only member of the Shield and stuff like that, and he's gonna really go in and whoop on Big E this time. So they start the match, Big E versus Dean Ambrose for the belt again, and the start of it was really good, really fast paced. Dean Ambrose and Big E was doing very well. The match ends up going to a no DQ when Big E goes to run towards the ropes to do his own splash. And the Shield bend the ropes down and Big E falls out, and they start attacking Big E. And then the Usos runs out and help Big E against the Shield. Then they have Usos and Big E versus the Shield for a regular 3-on-3 6-man tag match. And it also continued to be a really good match here. The first hour of Raw was phenomenal, even with the loss here from Sandow. It was still a phenomenal first hour, and the Shield ended up getting the win here with a very, very nice double spear by Roman Reigns on the Usos. So yeah, that was a very nice first hour. Then continued into HBK coming out and explaining himself to the WWE audience, and basically saying he's sorry, but it was something that had to be done. Triple H is his friend and stuff. Daniel Bryan came out, and he was just trying to explain himself to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was, talking to him and saying, no, Daniel Bryan didn't say nothing. Matter of fact, he was talking to Daniel Bryan, and he was like, shake my hand, shake my hand. Daniel Bryan was just shaking his head, saying no. Looked at the crowd. The crowd was like, hell no. Daniel Bryan, he finally tells Daniel Bryan, you're not supposed to trust anybody in this industry. Now you're going to shake my hand. And Daniel Bryan takes his hand and throws him into the yes lock. And he basically holds the yes lock on him for a good minute. And, it was a pretty good, segment right there. HBK, who's really good on the mic, did his thing. And Daniel Bryan, who just looked pissed the fuck off, did his thing right there. Let's see. Okay, Daniel Bryan goes to the back, and he's getting ready to talk to Miss Beautiful Renee Young. And before he can even get a word out, Renee steps back, and the 2 Wyatt members just attack Daniel Bryan, start beating the shit out of him, throwing them into ladders, throwing them into the wall, throwing them into the cage and stuff. And then Bray Wyatt, while he's on the ground, Bray Wyatt picks him up and looks at the camera and says, "The devil made me do it." Then throws Daniel Bryan into the cage, into like this little cage fence that's inside the back arena. And before Daniel Bryan can even get up, Bray Wyatt pushes the little wheeling stage things that they carry around, that they put all the cameras and stuff in, like this big ass stage thing. He pushes it into Daniel Bryan, into his face, and just brutal like type shit. He's singing those crazy ass songs that he sings while he was doing it. So yeah, that was a very good segment, and it's interesting to see what they're going to do with Bray Wyatt. This is way better than him going against the Miz, who, Miz wasn't getting no pop at all. So this was a way better thing for them to do right here. Next, we had 3MB versus Los Matadores. I'm going to say I skipped most of this match. I never skip matches. I always figured that if I'm a wrestling fan, I should watch wrestling, even when it's, something I don't like in a show. If I decide to watch the show, then I should watch the show. But I had to skip most of this match because it was Los Matadores versus 3MB. I've seen this match at least 5. This is probably the 5th time now, and in a row. So, it wasn't much I was going to miss. So I was scrubbing through, and I saw the end of the match had a little. I saw the 3MB bring a net out. So I was like, okay, I want to see what happens with the net. So basically, Heath Slater is trying to catch the bull with the net. He misses and the bull runs under the ring. Bull comes out on the other side and sprays Heath Slater with the whatever that thing is, to put out fires. He sprays him with that, not water, but the little snow thing to put out fires. I can't think right now because it's late. But he sprays him with that, and Heath Slater starts to go, crazy and stuff. Los Matadores get the win here, and then they put the net on Heath Slater, and then Bull does his thing and stuff like that. So it was a pretty good segment, but I do not want to see this match no more. Even if you put these, funny little spots here, which the crowd did love, just having the match over and over and over again is just taking me out. So yeah. After that we had AJ Lee and Tamina versus the Bella Twins. Brie Bella was kind of sad walking to the ring because Daniel Bryan just got beat up, and they were saying that the Authority made her come to the ring and had this match. So basically AJ and Tamina have a pretty good Divas match here, and Tamina's beating the shot of both of the Bellas and just lets AJ come at the end and do her submission on Nikki. And Nikki taps, and Brie just outside, like wondering whether or not to go inside and help her sister or go find her boyfriend, her fiance. So yeah, it was some good storytelling here, and finally getting more stuff with the Divas. We even get another Divas match later on the night. So, like I said, pretty good Raw. If I didn't say that, this is a pretty good Raw here, and even with the stuff, some of the crazy things that happened in this one. But yeah, so it was a pretty good Divas match. AJ and Tamina get the win here. Next, we got Kane that's coming up, and it's Kane versus The Miz. It's very short match. Kane basically beats up Miz. Miz tries to attack Miz. It doesn't affect Kane, and Kane just choke slams Miz to hell. And Kane gets the win. Kane pulls one of the best choke slams I've seen Kane do in a while. After that, Kane calls out what's her name? Stephanie McMahon. She comes out, and she's on the stage, he's in the ring, and he's like, everything that you're doing is ruthless and all that shit, and he does thinks it's best for business, in that the monster is hers. So he walks up to the stage, takes off his mask. The mask got the hair and shit still on it, and he's bald headed. So he takes off his mask, gives it to her, and she holds it up. So basically saying that I guess she now owns the monster, and I guess this is his heel turn. So some people were saying they didn't want Kane to do this. They didn't want Kane to do this, and they wanted more with him and Bray Wyatt. But I'm like, probably save that a little bit, because I could see them doing something like this, to where that it's Kane and Bray Wyatt doing this type of thing. It's them, I'm not Kane and Bray Wyatt, but Kane and Stephanie doing this thing where she overrules Kane. It's what she should have did with Big Show, more with Big Show, and Big Show should have turned heel. But I can see doing with Kane, and something that later in the night should have had Kane come out, but it didn't. So we'll get to that when we get to it. After that, they talk about Otunga, and he's talking about the Big Show stuff. CM Punk comes to the ring, and he gets on the mic, and he says, I had a great sleep last night. I did what I wanted to do last night with Paul Heyman, and I did what I promised, even though, it wasn't really as brutal as it should have been. But he was also saying, I did what I did with Ryback, and I'm going to promise you tonight that I'm going to fuck Ryback up, basically. So after that, it was Ryback versus CM Punk in a street fight, which all the fans voted for. And it was a pretty short match, but I think it was better than a cage match. Table spot, a good kendo stick spot, some good outside spots, some good slams and stuff. Sorry about that. That's my fucking Facebook. Let me close that out right now. And a lot of good spots here. it was short, but it was good. I think it was even better than the Hell in a Cell match. You could tell Big E starting to get the hang of the match types with CM Punk right now, and he's starting to get his mind back into his shit. So yeah, it was pretty good and short right there. So CM Punk ends up doing his elbow off the ropes onto the table with Ryback was on. And sorry if I mess up names right now. I'm talking a little bit fast because I want to get through this review. But because there was a lot of shit that happened. But yeah, CM Punk gets his win with the Anaconda Vice. And then when he gets up and starts cheering, Bray Wyatt comes out and basically attacks CM Punk. They have the Wyatts have a back and forth with him, and then they finally get him down. Bray gets in the ring. CM Punk headbutts him, like gets out of the little hole that the Wyatt family get him in. He headbutts Bray Wyatt. One of the other Wyatt clotheslines him. Bray Wyatt picks him up, hits him with the Sister Abigail. So it's, I'm wondering where they're going to go with this. I kind of see CM Punk and Daniel Bryan versus the Wyatt family, which would kind of be very nice for me. Having the two indie guys go against the Wyatts, and probably even throw the Miz in there or throw Kane with the Wyatts and stuff like that too. Then also Bray Wyatt saying at the end, his whole new catchphrase I guess now is "the devil made me do it," which I'm thinking the devil's probably Triple H or even Vince maybe. So I'm still pissed that Daniel Bryan didn't win a title, but story wise this is a good place to go with it. I think they could have did it with the title as well, but to each their own I guess. But it was still a very good segment right here. Still very good ending, very good match with CM Punk. After that, we got Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus the Real Americans. Very nice match right here. Cody Rhodes and Goldust does their thing all the time, and the Real Americans are really good. It kind of sucked last night to see them lose to the Los Matadores, but I kind of just take that match off as it was really just whatever it was, and whatever you could say, but. Surprisingly, the Real Americans got the win here and actually making Goldust tap. So I'm curious to where they go from here. Happy to see the Real Americans, get pushed a little bit further as far as, the tag team division goes, but also Cody and Goldust not just fighting the Shield. They actually pushed the storyline somewhere new with them. So I'm happy to see this and, furthering something else with the Real Americans and stuff. So, yeah, they get the win. And then, they talk about Orton coming out. Del Rio comes out, and he basically says, Sandow did what he did tonight, but he didn't finish it, and he's still going to fuck up the Gringo, John Cena. And, he says a bunch of, I think he even cursed in Spanish here. But he said some stuff, and, kind of like, it was an okay promo there from him. I don't know why he's still doing a flag thing, even though he doesn't have the belt anymore. So, yeah, he cut a promo here, so it's whatever. Summer Rae next match is Summer Rae versus Natalya. Summer Rae has Fandango in her corner, and Natalya, for some idiotic reason, still has Khali and Hornswoggle in her corner, which I very much hate. I think this is Summer Rae's second match here. Sorry about that, my nose is itchy for some reason. But yeah, I think this is Summer Rae's second match here, and a not very good, I'm tripping. A pretty good match by Summer Rae, especially for it just being her second match in the big crowd of the WWE. I like her outfit, the whole shimmy dance thing that she has wearing on, and I like how she moves in the ring. I like that she does a lot of yelling and acting in the ring and stuff like that. She's only had 2 matches, and she already 10 times better than any of the Bellas or half of the Divas on the roster. So yeah, she's very good as a heel in the ring and stuff. My only problem with this match here was that they played a little bit of heel tactics with Hornswoggle and Khali, because they did something that was more heelish than normally should be. Fandango was going for a kiss on the Summer Rae, and Hornswoggle pulls Fandango down. I'm like, he's not doing anything to your girl, he's doing something to his girl. So why would it be right for him to pull him down like that? You talk to him and say something, but Fandango swings Hornswoggle out the way, then he gets his head chopped by Khali. And while Summer Rae is yelling at Khali, Natalya rolls her up and then hits her with the sharpshooter, and Summer Rae taps. Like I said, it was a pretty chill match here. Um, I'm okay with the fact Natalya won. That just the end of the match was very just whack. You know, they didn't do it right. Especially also Natalya was supposed to get up quicker than she did, and Summer Rae had to, you know, when she walked back, Natalya wasn't up yet, so she had to go back, yell at Khali, then come back and shit. So, you know, Natalya needs to get her fucking head in the game, and they need to at least put her with her boyfriend, who's hasn't wrestled since the other day when he wrestled with a mask on. So they need to figure out what the fuck they're going to do here. But I guess this is the main event for the night too, so that's kind of crazy for a Divas match to be the main event. But yeah, the real like main event, the main event section of the show was Randy Orton and Triple H and the Shield all out there. Triple H came out there first, and you know he was talking about how, you know, just basically hyping up Randy Orton, hyping up himself, and saying, you know, everything is great and how he built Randy Orton up. Randy Orton came out, and Randy Orton was talking about he's better than everybody. Everybody should look up him. Everybody on the stage. It was like all the superstars from the back were on the stage and stuff like that. And he was telling all of them that, you know, I'm your superior. You all should look up to me. Then, you know, after saying that, Big Show runs out. And the Shield just, you know, attacks him, tries to help, you know, tries to save Triple H and Randy Orton from Big Show. Then Usos and Goldust and a gang of other people run down, and they start fighting with the Shield and stuff like that. So then it was like a brawl on the stage and shit, and they take it to the back, I guess. Then Big Show gets in the ring. Orton and Triple H get out. Then Orton gets in and hits Big Show with the belt. Big Show gets up, and he, like, before he can even get hit with the belt again, he just knocks out Randy Orton. So then Triple H is just standing there, takes off his jacket, and he's just like, I'm gonna fight him. And Stephanie holds him back, and he just does nothing. So it was a good segment at the end. It just could have, you know, we needed one more thing to make it fully great, you know. So I think either her call, I mean, this should have been a part where she called out Kane, but I think they're just saving that, which I understand. But, you know, at least have him chokeslam Randy Orton or something like that again to say, you know, this is the indefinite I'm here motherfucker type thing. But just having him knock him out, then, you know, a face-off between Triple H and him to end the show was a little bit anticlimactic, and we could have gotten a little bit more for that. So, like I said, I mean, I can't, even though with the Sandow thing and, you know, the anticlimactic end and, you know, stuff like that, and even with most of the matches we seen on the pay-per-view from last night, it was a really good show tonight, man. I mean, I could complain about the way I don't like how the story is going for some of these things, or how, not the story. The story was fine for everything here, about how a couple of these matches and stuff were booked, but at the end of the day, they were still done pretty nicely, you know. And I don't know what to say, man. It was very good. I have to give it an A-. You know, I thought a lot of this stuff here was very good. I was never bored through this whole night, and I'm watching on the internet. My internet is crazy slow, so I never had the little headache thing where I'm just, oh my god, with a show, hurry up and end. I was enjoying the whole night. You know, this review's going on for 23 minutes, so I'm going to end it right here saying, you know, A-. You can find me anywhere at either Big Chris 145 or on Twitter at Compton Animator. I'm going to post links to my website and to my own Twitter and stuff like that. I post my website because, you know, I'm an artist, and if anyone y'all want to get art done, just hit me up and stuff. I do YouTube banners and all type of stuff. So yeah, you know, pretty good show tonight. See you on Friday for SmackDown, and peace, everybody. Let me get that in this camera. Where did it? Peace. Sorry.